Hey guys, this is Jason. I'm reviewing Uglies, directed by McG, and it's based off of a book series by Scott Westerfield. So, describing the plot for this film is gonna be interesting because this plot really doesn't make any sense and it's very stupid. So, here's what this movie is about. It takes place in a dystopian future where a city is run by a bunch of people that call themselves the Pretties. Where in front of this city is this school that has a bunch of teenagers that they call the Uglies. Oh God. Where only when they turn 16 they can get plastic surgery that makes them pretty and they're allowed to go to this city. And our main character, Tally Youngblood, played by Joey King, has to go out and find her friend who refuses to be a part of that. Do you guys realize how stupid that plot sounds? Because it really is that dumb. Where a lot of that sounds like the stupid teen drama sci-fi crap, which this movie is, but it feels like it's a 13-year-old kind, where it feels melodramatic and ridiculous. Now, this movie is directed by McG, who has made some of the worst movies of all time. Movies like We Are Marshall, Charlie's Angels 1 and 2, Terminator Salvation, and This Means War. And another issue with this film is that the story also feels like it's copying other films from the 2010s that take place in a dystopian future, where a group of teenagers have to work together to fight against an unknown force, and they have to free other prisoners that are following all of these rules when they shouldn't be. And of course, the only missing thing about this film is a love triangle between the three main characters, which you do get some hints of that in this film, but they're probably saving it for a sequel, which is most likely never gonna happen. And I'm mentioning this because this movie belongs in the 2010 decade, where it was filled with movies that take place in a dystopian future like Hunger Games and Divergent, and involve some teen drama like Twilight. Like those films, which is something that I thought Hollywood was done doing after they finished those franchises, where half of them had to end with two parts, copying off of the last two Harry Potter films being split into two parts. Which, if you do enjoy those type of films, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you find enjoyment out of them, but this film is definitely one of the worst ones. And it's one of those recycled plots that we have seen so many times, and we're tired of it. We're over it. We have moved on. The CGI is also really, really bad. Like, there'll be times where you would see some CGI or green screen moments that are supposed to look cool, but they just look like crap, which looks like it came out of a made-for-TV movie on a sci-fi channel from the 2010s. It's really that bad. And when you look at the film as a whole, it's just a stupid version of those teen drama films with no effort put into it, and not even the actors put in any effort into this film, where you can tell that a lot of them were in this film for just one big paycheck, where we get performances that are either bland and emotionless or just monotone. Like, there'll be some characters that would talk like this while they're talking to Joey King and not showing a lot of emotion, showing you that they didn't put in any effort into their performances, and just looking around at some places that are supposed to make it convincing. Like, it's really that bad. Now let's talk about Joey King, who I do think is a good actress. She's given some good performances in the past, but here her performance doesn't feel believable or genuine. It just feels fake. And her character is supposed to learn and feel emotion about what's going on behind the scenes with the Pretties that I can't believe they still call themselves that. One group is called the Pretties and the other is the Uglies. That's so stupid. God, that's such a stupid thing. I know I already mentioned it earlier, but God, this is the kind of part in the script that they went with for this film. And what makes this worse is the dialogue. Like, some of the things the characters say sound really awkward and stupid. Like, they would really say some stuff that really feels out of place and not natural at all. Like, it's that bad. Like, they say some lines that were actually written on the script for a feature film on Netflix. Like, what were they thinking? And another problem is that there is a ton of exposition where characters literally explain everything to the audience about how the world works and how you have to get to this city. And there are certain rules that they mention that they have to mention so that the audience can get what they're saying. And there's supposed to be certain parts that the characters aren't supposed to be involved with, where they literally explain everything about the world they live in rather than letting the audience do the thinking themselves. Like, if you're gonna have exposition, don't have too much of that. Just have it in a couple of moments that are supposed to make sense. Don't have it be the entire film, because if you do, then you're not trusting your audience to figure it out. You're treating them like they're idiots. And that is not what you should do with your audience. You have to respect your audience to figure out what this is supposed to be, because if you don't, then your audience is gonna hate the film. The action sequences are also very bad and poorly filmed and poorly choreographed, where sometimes they can be very shaky and you can't really tell what's going on. Like, there's this one fight scene with two guys, and there are a bunch of like awkward over-the-shoulder shots and some of that stupid quick cut editing that I'm tired of seeing in action films, and I thought that we were done making that mistake, because no one likes seeing that in action films. Nobody on this earth likes to see quick cut editing. It just looks horrible. Also, side point, whenever you would see some of the bad guys in their big blue suits, I really couldn't help but think of Blue Beetle when I would see those characters on screen. Like, I just couldn't help. Like, it's either Blue Beetle or something out of a Power Rangers series. And what's also very baffling in this film is the way it ends, which, no spoilers. If you want to see this film just to see how bad it is, then go ahead. You might actually have a fun time, because it's considered to be one of those films that's so bad it's hilarious. And with the way this film ends and wraps everything up, I don't know if they're going to continue this film after this stupid ending, because if they do, then maybe I can let this stupid ending go. But if they don't make a sequel, then this ending is just one big middle finger to the audience that we're actually enjoying this film and we're actually caring about the characters, making the rest of this film feel like a complete waste of time. And that's exactly what this film is, a complete waste of time, with a story that's very predictable, formulaic, and ridiculously stupid, bad acting, terrible action sequences, horrible CGI, and an ending that just makes the rest of the film worse. Don't watch this movie, I'm being serious. Don't watch it. You will regret it, because it really is that bad. There is not one good thing about this film. And if they do make any sequels, it's possible that they're gonna do it for all of the Uglies books, and who knows, maybe they'll adapt the final book into 2 films, just like the other franchises did. I'm gonna give Uglies an ugly F. Guys, those are my thoughts on Uglies. What did you think about it? Do you think it's actually good, or do you think it's one of the worst films of this year? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you know what other videos I'm posting. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.